I love being a special educator. I love seeing children grow. And being a special educator, you don't see students with A+s and going on to honor roll, but you are able to see students excel with 1%. And so I want to celebrate students with just the smallest growth.
Give her a hand, y'all. We have someone in the audience that you've inspired. He's a middle school math teacher. Ryan Smith, where you at? Get on down here.
This is just so amazing. Everybody hates Chris, Let It Shine, and now Abbott Elementary, which, like you said earlier, you're able to inspire people, inspire young black males, because I also never had anyone as a teacher, a black male teacher, come in my life and say, hey, you know, inspire me, or be able to say, you can be a teacher too.
That's a beautiful thing. As I've been talking to educators who've been advocating for this for years, they were saying there hasn't been an invite. No one's invited black men to join the educational field. And I'm happy that this can do that in a way. What do you teach?
I teach math, 7th grade math.
7th grade math. Oh.
I love that.
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
Honestly, just building those relationships with the students, because in my opinion, a student's not gonna wanna learn if they don't wanna come to school. Some of these students don't have meals, don't have positive role models at home, so when they come here, we're those role models. You know, we're those people for those students that say, hey, we got you, we're gonna take care of you. So if you can't build a relationship with a student, they're not gonna wanna learn anyway. So I think that's the most important thing in the school system. Before the content, before the math, before all of that, you have to build a relationship with that student.
How long have you been teaching?
This is now my 2nd year teaching. Last year I actually taught algebra at high school. This year I'm teaching 7th grade math, and it's ironic because I'm teaching at the old school that I also went to. So
that is lovely.
Full circle.
That's a beautiful full circle.
And luckily, I get to coach as well. So I'm a football coach and a track coach, and I'm working with all the same people who taught me and coached me and gave me the same things.
Wow. Oh my goodness. What do your students say? Like, how do they feel about you as a teacher? Because you look like you may be the kids' favorite teacher. Are you like their favorite?
I like to think that. You know, I think the good thing about it is I'm the youngest teacher, so I relate to them the most.
Yes, that's very important.
With TikToks and things that are trending in the world, and I think being the youngest teacher allows me to just be able to connect to them in some ways that other teachers who have been there for so long aren't able to. So I think I'm the cool teacher.
It feels like it. It feels like it. It feels like
I want to say I am. They hang around me a lot, and I teach 7th grade. Sometimes I have the 8th graders that just want to come in and just hang out and kick it, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So I still try to stay hip. They think 25 is old, though.
See, they got you thinking you old,
Yes, in 7th grade, everything is old.
Everything is old.
Everything is old. But that's the fact that you've stepped into that and embraced that. Again, these are the things that we write about, that we have whole episodes on Gregory embracing that position. But you're actually on the ground doing it.
Yes.
That's the hard work.
Yes.
I just show up and I say the words and stand on the mark and do the things. You're actually doing that work and affecting people on the ground in a real tangible way. This is what we've always hoped for this, but I think outside of Abbott and all of that, this is what needs to be celebrated. You making that choice to do that.
Thank you so
We need more.
He said it. So are you the Gregory of your school?
It feels like that.
I mean, look at it.
Y'all kind of favor too.
Resemblance,
They favor a bit, don't they? Just a little bit.
I don't compare it to anyone. I guess that's a good comparison, you know? But yeah, it definitely feels like that. My whole life, when it comes to teaching, just feels like a bunch of crazy situations. They always want to tell me their gossip. They always want to tell me what's going on in the world. And it's so funny because they do in Abbott Elementary, they always look into the camera, and I just feel like my whole life is just when they tell me something, I just...
You gonna get, I mean, since you already setting it up, can y'all give it to us, the stare? Come on.
Which one? You got it? You hit yours first, and I'll follow you up.
Okay, bam, right here in this camera. Uh-oh, there it go. He got it? He got it. Okay.
Well, that's lived experience. I can see it in his face.
Okay.
He's got the real on the ground.
Typically, I'm like this as well. Like, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, for the most part, that's how it feels. But I've definitely been compared to that. Apparently, from some people, I guess we look like each other. You made that.
Yeah, I got a little
favorite.
But
I think just being a black male in teaching, and also what they're doing with the show, him being a black male, portraying a teacher as well, is the comparison. And we need that. And before Abbott Elementary, there were no comparisons of young black male teachers, at least to my knowledge. So
or at least for our generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now that we have that, it's like, okay, he's representing it on TV, I can represent it in class, and they're both pretty accurate.
That gave me chills.
That's how change happens.
Thank y'all so much for that. You have such great energy. Like, how long have you been a teacher?
I've been a teacher for 5 years, and I teach special education.
Amazing. Tell us more about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a special education teacher in the city of Hayward, California. I work with middle schoolers, and yeah, that's what I do. I love doing it. I love doing it.
What do you love most about doing it?
What I love most about teaching special education is definitely creating the curriculum for our students and modifying it just so that they're aware and being able to allow them to have that life skill and be able to implement it in their daily lives.
Beautiful. Yeah, that is awesome. And you also founded the anti-bullying organization. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. So yes. So I have a nonprofit called Bully Talk Inc. And I created it about a year ago. It first started out just because of me being a special education teacher and seeing what my students have been through with bullying, with disabilities. It was a way for me to create a platform for me to go out to the community in the Bay Area. I do anti-bullying assemblies, build with curriculum around it. And we're also right now working on our Youth Ambassadors program.
Nice. What inspired you to want to work with people on bullying?
So I was actually bullied through elementary all the way to my senior year in high school. And that affected me so much. My mom would take me to so many different schools constantly just because we didn't know at the time what was going on and how to deal with it. As a mother, she didn't know, you know.
Right.
And then as time went on, I was like, you know what? I finished my master's program and I was like, okay, now I got the time to build this program. And so that's when I was like, let's get it started. So.
Right, that is nice. You still blushing.
This is so exciting. This is awesome. I love the dancing too, just to be on. This is awesome.
We call it the happy place.
Yes,
it's about
so
good
happy.
energy.
It's so peaceful.
And peacefulness, right?
Yes.
Having a safe place to go to.
Definitely feel safe in here.
I love hearing that.
Yes,
that brings me joy. And you brought your fellow teacher friend with you,
Yes.
Courtney?
Courtney?
Hey, Courtney.
Yes, she's in the
Hi, Courtney.
Hello.
So what is it like working with Keena?
I love working with Keena, just with Bully Talk and outside of it. She's a great person. Her energy is so strong, as you guys can feel it today. Like, we are so excited to be here, and she's just such an inspiration. And like, you can tell that she's really passionate about what she does, and that has inspired me to help her and assist with Bully Talk and its development and its growth.
That is awesome. First of all, let me say thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
We definitely need more teachers like you. What made you want to be a teacher?
So my inspiration for being a teacher really comes from within. I grew up with a single mom of 3. My mom worked really, really hard to provide us with everything we needed, but oftentimes there wasn't really much left for things that we wanted. But one thing my mom always instilled in us is the value of education. Unfortunately, in elementary school, I didn't have good teachers. I didn't have teachers that inspired me, made me want to come to school, but now I strive to be that teacher that I always needed, but never had. And I just work to instill what my mom instilled in me and others.
Beautiful. I know your mom is proud.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
Ooh, my favorite thing about teaching would have to be the relationships I get to build with my students. So I always joke around. My students always invite me to their birthday parties.
Yay.
And
I love that.
And it's funny because when I was a kid, when I would get invited to birthday parties, we could never go because we couldn't afford to buy people a gift. So it's like a full circle moment, but it just cracks me up because I'm like, dang, y'all spend 8 hours with me, 5 days a week, and that's not enough. Like, y'all invite me. You want me to go to your parties, and you want to see me on the weekends and on breaks. And I'm just hoping that one day those party invitations turn into wedding invitations and graduation invitations and baby shower invitations. So
I love that.
Yes.
You with them for life is what you're saying.
Yes, of course. Everyone should remember their first grade teacher if they had a great first grade teacher. And I hope that my students remember me.
That gave me chills. What are some of the unique things you do to help your students learn?
Oh, girl, I got a lot. So one of my favorite things that I do is I have a classroom monetary system. So my students earn classroom dollars. I call them Joseph Bucks. I'm slowly learning to incorporate my struggles into my success.
Wow.
So we struggle with money, but one thing that saved us is that my mom was really good at managing money, and she taught us how. So now I'm trying to teach my students how to manage money because there's adults who can't even manage money.
That is true.
So my students earn these Joseph Bucks for doing things like following directions, trying their best, being kind to others. On Friday, everyone gets paid. It's payday. There's no PTO, though. So if they don't come to school, they don't get paid. So it encourages to come to school.
Life and
Encourages them to come to school. So it's teaching them saving, spending, budgeting, counting, adding, subtracting. The list can go on, right?
Come on.
In addition to that, thank you. Oh, yes. And then they get to shop at my classroom store, which is called the Joseph Store. And they come spend their bucks, and when we're doing this transaction, we have a conversation. So how much does it cost? Okay, if you give me 10 and it costs 5, how much do I owe you? So we're going through these things, and I hope that it translates back into the real world for them.
That is awesome. How do you fund the things you do for your students?
So contrary to popular belief, people think since they pay tax dollars that it goes straight to teachers' pockets, but it doesn't. That is a myth. Some districts give stipends. Unfortunately, my district does not give us any stipends, so everything in my classroom beyond the classroom furniture comes from my pockets.
Wow.
I really believe in making sure that my students can see themselves in the classrooms, and that goes down to like the classroom library. Y'all, I did not know how expensive children's books were until I became a teacher, but that all comes from my pocket. I bought things, snacks, clothes, underwear, socks, you name it, I bought it. But I don't mind because my students deserve it. So
they deserve it. Yes, they do. Oh, my goodness. Well, we have a little something for you, and Lysol is dedicated to helping amazing teachers like you, okay? Their program Here for Healthy Schools provides resources and disinfecting products to Title I schools to reduce the spread of germs in the classroom. They heard all that you do and want to help your students thrive, so they're giving you $10,000. Give somebody in this audience flowers today because here at the Jennifer Hudson Show, we celebrate everything and everyone. And I have to say, everyone has a superpower, okay? So nothing is exempt. We all have a superpower. So where is Crystal? Crystal Gore, are you out there? There you are. I gotta give you your beautiful flowers. I heard you are celebrating 21 years as a special education teacher.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You are?
I am.
Thank you for coming to the Jennifer Hudson Show today.
Thank you for having me. I love being a special educator. I love seeing children grow. And being a special educator, you don't see students with A+s and going on to honor roll, but you are able to see students excel with 1%. And so I want to celebrate students with just the smallest growth.
Give her a hand, y'all. And I love that, which is why today I wanted to give you your flowers and tell you to keep up the great work, keep encouraging the students. Y'all, we need to give these teachers a hand because you guys are the true heroes. And here at the Jennifer Hudson Show, we celebrate you. We got a great show. We'll be right back. I got to go deliver these flowers. son, needless to say, was a hero.
Yeah.
You know, and they had to come from you guys.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know how it feels when you've lost someone. No tragedy or pain is the same. We all have our own journey. Yeah. And I know for me and my family, like, when we can do something in their honor that's positive, it helps us heal, right?
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm wondering, like, how did you decide what you wanted to do to honor his memory?
Yeah. First off, thank you for having us here and to be able to share a little bit about our son's story. You know, for us, it is all a matter of making a decision in moment one, that we would not get caught up in asking why, but that we would be founded and grounded in asking what we are supposed to do with this journey, this testimony that we've been given. Because what I've learned is as tragic as sometimes some of our own personal experiences are, there's someone out there who needs your story. There's someone out there who needs to hear from you so that it can help them along their journey.
Yeah, and it makes it that much more not in vain.
Right.
Would you say?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gave it purpose.
What was the reaction from the kids to the hugs?
Yeah.
I think that's such a beautiful thing, you know?
For a lot of my boys, you know, they expressed they probably didn't get a hug until, you know, they performed in a football game or, you know, they walked across the stage for a graduation. But, you know, to receive a hug for simply showing up for the day was not the norm. And for many of them, it felt like they were finally seen. It felt like someone actually cared. It validated their presence. And I think at a time now more than ever, our boys really do need to be seen. Our children need to be seen.
That is powerful. And it's so true. Because it seems like it opened it up to a broader conversation. You would think, you know, those are the little things that we tend to take for granted. It's like a hug or, you know, a touch, or even simple kindness, a hello, how far it goes. Were you surprised by how it just opened up the conversation and what more came out from something is saying, do you need a hug? And the difference, what's the difference that you see is making in their lives now?
What I've seen is my students coming in being much more open to speak, open to share, open to be vulnerable. I see their personalities coming out. Just as much as many of those boys needed those hugs, the truth is I miss those hugs from my son.
Did you realize that your son was a hero? You know?
Right.
Did it surprise you at all? Or you're like, that's our kid?
It surprised me a little bit. You know, Bryce was my normal 16-year-old. Mom, I'm gonna stress you out. I'm gonna do everything that you're telling me not to do. But he was always a good kid. He always had a great heart. You know, like his sheer passion, I think, for people and just for his friends. Like, he was down for his friends. He's like, I'm going for my friends. I don't, you know, Mom, Dad, sorry. But so it did surprise me that he went into the water. But then I think the more that I sat back and I thought about it and the more that we spent time with his friends and his classmates, it made a lot of sense. It's like, this is who this kid is. The biggest challenge of all of this is balancing grief and at the same time being so proud of the young man that he is. So proud.
That was so well said. You also said people needing to see Black children, one as children.
Yeah. Amen.
You know,
Amen.
and seeing them in a positive way. Can you elaborate? You spoke on it earlier.
Yeah, I think, you know, we live in a time where Black children are often adultified. You know, my son serves as a reminder and an acknowledgement of the heroism that exists in so many Black children. My only wish is that children don't have to pass away or be a hero or make the ultimate sacrifice to be seen or be acknowledged, that simply showing up, simply existing, being there is reason enough that they should be celebrated.
Yes, sir. Can you tell us more about the school?
Yeah, so it's Harlem Park Elementary Middle.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been there for over 85 years. I teach drama. I do cooking classes. The children are amazing. It's 420 of them. I get to love on every day.
420 of them.
Excellent, excellent.
That is
they are
amazing that you do
unbelievable.
all of that.
That's why I wanted you to see them.
Oh my God, that touches my heart.
Thank you.
So you learn how to step, you say, on YouTube? Okay, now I know we sent you a grill. Do you grill for the kids too?
Oh, yes. So my principal, we have a food bank in our school. So we have hamburgers and hot dogs, and after school, if we have 2 hours. So we had a little itty-bitty little grill that she could do maybe 5 or 10 hot dogs at a time. You bought us a Bentley grill.
Good.
We can do 50 hot dogs at a time.
Come on, 50 hot dogs.
hamburgers at a time.
Yes.
We got it going on now. So we're so thankful for the grill. Not just coming down, but for the grill and just the love that you give us. Come on.
I love that.
Thank you
so much.
We love you.
Feed them babies. That's what I like to see. Yes. Can you tell me more about your path into becoming a teacher?
Okay, so I was not into teaching, not into children.
You wasn't?
No, I was in the travel business.
Okay.
The flight attendant. My mother passed 9 years ago. I was
Sorry to hear that.
devastated. Yes.
Understand.
And she was the type of mother who wanted to be a mother and wanted to cook you breakfast in bed, told you that you could do anything in the whole world. So when she passed away, there she is for Christmas.
That's a beautiful picture.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when she passed away, I went to God because I knew that's where she was at. He told me to do the children. I said, I don't want to do the children. I don't want to. I don't want to. So then ever since I've been there, I said, yeah, I do want to do the children because look, I get to show them what she taught me.
Right.
I get to rub that off on them. I get to tell them, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Be whoever you want to be.
Trina, I have a saying for that. I always say, it wasn't until I had a son, I always say, you never know how much your parent loved you until you have a child to love. Yes. So now that you have these children, you can instill the love that your mom put into you, into those children, and really get like the full understanding of what that love is like, right?
So now the sky's the limit for them.
Yes.
The sky's the limit. The sky's always been the limit for me because I was taught that. So you are like me, you're a giver. So I wanted to get someone who was actually a giver, a role model. Doing the drama classes, I have kids who go around school like they're dream girls. I can't even say anything to them without saying a superstar. You did too much because they think they got it going on, honey, okay? If I say just good morning, it's like, I'm not the superstar, Miss Moore. I'm like, yes, baby, you are the superstar. The sky is the limit. So yeah, you did a lot for us in the school, and I just wanted to give another hug.
And I know your mom is proud. You want to give me another hug?
Yes,
give me another
I
hug.
do. Yes, I do.
I'm gonna pour this into this glass, and I want you to tell me when to stop. Deal? Keep going.
Stop it!
Now, fellas, this right here represents us. And what happens is we take in everything that we experience throughout the day, right? But because us as young men, we keep it in, listen, fellas, trying to be tough, we don't let it out, we don't talk about it, we keep it in, what eventually happens?
You overflow.
We overflow and then we make a mess. So as young men, we have to find safe places that we can talk about what we are going through and what we're feeling.
How did it happen for the video to get out there?
Well, we do a lot of work, and I've been a mentor for over 10 years back home in Lexington, Kentucky, and we do a lot of work with young people who've been impacted by gun violence. And so when we come into these schools, we understand that teachers have a mandate to teach, so they don't have the bandwidth to focus on a lot of issues that our kids need to hear about. And so we come in, we talk about financial literacy, we talk about conflict resolution, and we talk about mindfulness. And I think that that's an important lesson because what I'm seeing is a lot of young adults are acting out because of suppressed and untreated trauma. So how do we start at a young age to get these kids to talk about things that they're dealing with?
Talk about it.
Because we taught as young boys, be tough. You fall down, hurt yourself, get up, you'll be all right. Right? And so we're taught that being a man is to keep our feelings inside when really being a man is being able to express yourself in
and a human.
way. That's right.
On top of it.
That's right.
That's for sure. Because we're all human, man, female, whatever you identify as, right? And you're originally a hip-hop artist, huh?
Yeah.
So how did you go from being a musician into being a community activist?
So for me, and I was blessed enough a couple years ago to win an Emmy with my DJ, JK47.
Yes. All right.
So, for me, it was a natural transition because I don't think a lot of people understand the origins of what hip-hop culture was when it began. We see what it is on the mainstream today, which is cool, it's no knock.
Right.
But we can't forget hip-hop was created to be a voice for the voiceless.
for underserved people. That's right. I mean, there were people living in these underserved communities that didn't have an outlet, that didn't have a voice speaking for them. And so for me, it was a natural transition from hip hop to activism. I guess I just kind of got tired of rapping about positive things, and I really wanted to get in the streets and do positive things. So for me, it was a natural transition.
Great. Okay, tell me about some of the work that you do with the kids at Lexington.
So I work for an organization called One Lexington. I was appointed by the city's mayor to address gun violence. And as many of you probably know, post-pandemic, we saw a huge spike in gun violence all over the country. And so no different in Lexington, Kentucky. And so she appointed me to address that. And so we kind of tackle it from two different angles. One is intervention, which is how do we respond to people that's been impacted by gun violence? Because oftentimes people lose loved ones, their house gets shot up, and nobody really follows up and sees about them, right? It's that untreated trauma. So how do we as a society respond? But then the other part is prevention. How do we focus on the root causes of gun violence to keep these young people from even getting in a cycle?
Right.
And what we found is a lot of the stuff we were protesting in the streets about in 2020 are the root causes of the violence that we're seeing. It's racial inequities, it's education, it's economic disparities, it's food insecurity, it's untreated trauma.
Right.
And so for us, we tackling all of that in Lexington, and we're doing really good work bringing the community together to address it.
That is so awesome. Can you tell us what Curls on the Block is?
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I can relate to the curly girl stories and curly guys, so I appreciate the opportunity to share what Curls on the Block is, an after-school and enrichment program for girls of all curls and color to embrace, explore, and empower their natural selves using beauty to connect with STEAM.
Okay, that is amazing. Beautiful girls, by the way. Can you explain how STEAM is, how it's incorporated within a program and how it's used with hair?
Well, STEAM actually is an acronym, and it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. And those are typically the subjects that a lot of children and kids avoid, especially young Black girls who are struggling to just show up to school and be their full selves.
Right.
And I recognized a gap. I recognized that they were not interested and not connected to STEAM. And I decided, hey, what do girls 6 through 16 care about?
Yes.
Starts with a B, ends with a Y. It's beauty, though.
So that was a good segue to pull the two together.
Exactly.
It's very smart. So why is it important to teach girls to love their hair?
Well, you know what? Actually, you can be wearing the best outfit ever, but if your hair's not done,
if your hair is right,
did it happen?
Yes.
So a good hair day actually means empowerment, confidence, the ability to walk into a room and own it, but also to just show up and be authentic. And the kids were struggling who I was working with, and I knew, hey, we have to be able to love ourselves, even if it is a bad hair day.
Right, right. That's a good point.
But let's strive for a good hair day.
Strive for a good hair day. What was your experience like growing up with curly hair?
Oh, well, thank you for asking.
Yeah. Yes.
The curly struggle was real, and it was before a lot of what we see now is available. I had probably 3 main products I used, and my mom did teach me how to do my curly hair, but I did not enjoy it. And by 5th grade, it was time for me to do it myself. And unfortunately, on a particular picture day, I did my hair myself, and I realized I also had no friends, because who let me take a picture like this? And my hair had poofed, and it just didn't look how I had left the school, left for school that day. And after that terrible picture day, I actually convinced my mom to get a relaxer. And unfortunately, I didn't know how to manage my hair in that state either. And I jumped in a pool full of chlorine after the relaxer.
So you learned the hard way.
The very hard way, and had a big chop before it was a big deal. So yeah, I chopped all my hair off. And by high school, though, I was on a good journey to love myself with my curly hair, straighten it sometimes, but really had been able to grow from the terrible middle school experience.
Yeah, I can imagine, because our hair is our statement. Like
yes.
they say, our crown, it's our presence, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about the girls in the program.
You know what? I love the girls who are participants, and from 6 to 16, I chose that age range because as young as 6, kids know what's good, bad, pretty, ugly, what's in. They'll tell us, right? And so I needed to be able to reach kids at that young age, but also support them throughout their journey to high school. And the girls in my program love to come. After the first session, their parents are running to me, Miss Curls, Miss Curls. They don't know my name, you know.
Miss Curls, I love it.
Yeah, and they are saying, hey, you just had programming last week. My daughter won't let me straighten her hair now. So in a week, they're learning, hey, it's okay to rock your curly hair. It's okay to not straighten it. And you're still beautiful how you are. And it's just refreshing to see the girls engage in the activities that we have.
I love that so much. And I heard you guys been having a hard time during the pandemic, but you still somehow choose to bless others. Tell me about that.
We like to give back and do for others. And being a teacher, that's what I do all the time, give back. And so I had to instill that in my children. And yes, we were faced with a hardship and some trying times, but I had to show them you can bounce back from anything.
Yes.
You work hard and things will come your way.
Yes.
So during that time, they saw the need and they wanted to get back because they felt it. And so that's what we're doing. So we're trying to organize where we can get back to the homeless and make toiletry bags for them for the fall season and blankets and socks.
Wow.
So we're going out in the community.
I love that.
Thank you.
My family have a similar effort. So I see we got quite a few things in common. You love the holidays? How soon do your holiday season start? Because mine didn't already started. So how? No, too soon. What do you mean? Explain. What do you mean?
We put the tree up last week.
Last week?
Last week.
I did.
You put it up already?
They wouldn't let me, but I'm going to tell you a secret.
What?
It's going up this weekend.
What are your holiday plans? Like, what do you have in mind? Which one you have to see happen this season? What do you want?
We have to change things this year because I had a knee replacement last year and it didn't go well. That's why I was coming down. And I have to go back to surgery in December. So I had to tell them Christmas will be a little different. But the one thing we wanted to do was to do a photo shoot.
We're back with the amazing Owens family. Y'all see we all dressed up, we're ready for a holiday photo. But you know what? I think we need somewhere to take these pictures. Don't you think so? Right?
We need
Let's see if I got something for you. What about right here? Here you are! Come on, family. Did I do okay? Did I do okay? Come on, family. This is you. Come on. See, we got the photographer right here. We gonna smile real good. Oh, do I get to get in the picture?
Definitely.
Okay. Oh, I'm a part of the family. We gonna say cheese. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday. You smiling? You smiling? Okay. I actually got a little present for y'all, right? Oh, you didn't think I was gonna come with some Christmas gifts? Who wanna open it? I think I should give it to Mama.
Yes.
Mama, check it out.
Okay.
Go on ahead now. Mama Hood just gonna wait. You see what that is? Y'all, I think y'all deserve a vacation. Yes, you do. Oh, there we go. Cause I'm sending y'all to Mexico. Is it worth it, son? Is it worth it? Did I do okay? You see that? Listen, let me tell you, you're getting a 5-night stay for you and your family at Garza Blanca Resort and Spa in Mexico. You see that, son? Okay. All right, and you're gonna stay in an ocean view suite. Mama, you hear that? In the divine gourmet cuisine while you're relaxing poolside with your family. And you can have your Christmas sweater on if you want, I don't know. But, you know what else? I think the three of you, I think y'all need to come back for the holiday, Mama Hood's holiday giveaway. Is that okay? Can I do that? You ain't missing your weekend? Nah. He said he was missing his weekend. I made up for him missing his weekend. Okay, and you, hold the line, and you know what else? I think everyone here in the audience, y'all need to come back for the, there we go. I'm just saying. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.